Courage,
integrity,
commitment,
honesty,
and respect.
Those are the core values of those enshrined in Canton.
But football isn't the only field to find them in.
The Pro Football Hall of Fame is teaming up with USA Today to honor the teachers, nurses,
Coaches, firefighters,
police officers, and veterans whose impact is invaluable with an award of character.
This month's winner turned pain into purpose, serving his community for nearly half a century and helping heal the racial divide in Detroit.
What the heck?
Dr. McKinnon, how you doing, sir?
How you guys doing?
Hey, I am Jared Payton. I am son
Walter
of Hall of
Payton?
Famer
Yes.
Walter Payton.
Yes, I know.
And this right here is Dave
Dave
Robinson, linebacker from...
Oh my God, it's a pleasure.
We are here on behalf of the Hall of Fame because we are here to present you the Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Character in partnership with USA Today.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I'm here representing the Hall of Fame to make sure you get this. So you put this on your mantle, the way you want to do it. It's a little heavy, but yeah. I tell you. And that,
Oh my God.
you're the man. Yeah.
You didn't think you were going to see us today, huh?
I said somebody broke in the house.
Who do you think was the person that nominated you for this award?
I'm so happy for you.
Right?
I get tears coming.
I know. We have 6 categories for this award, and you qualify for almost all of them. Why are you so devoted to serving your community?
There are a number of reasons, but the primary reason is to help people.
He devoted his life to the city of Detroit as a police officer and then as chief and deputy mayor and as a teacher and professor, coach. He got his bachelor's degree while he was working full-time in the police department, then a master's degree. He got a papal knighthood, okay? I mean, how many people get a papal knighthood? It's really been like one of the honors of my life to become a friend of his.
Nancy Kerrigan.
I heard that was
my, yes,
That was his case.
yeah.
what made you want to be a police officer.
I laugh about it now, but I was severely beaten up by the Detroit police in 1957. I was 14 years of age. I had seen this group of officers called the Big Four ride through the neighborhood. On certain times, they would jump out of the car with a machine gun, a rifle, and they would throw these young men up against a wall and they would search them. I said, this has never happened to me because I'm a good guy. I never do anything wrong. The school would have been over here, Garfield Junior High School. And as I walked out, the exit over here, they grabbed me and threw me up against the car and started beating on me. And I was 14 years of age, and I would say, why? Why are you guys doing this to me? And the more I asked, the more they beat, and the more they swore, and the name calling and so forth. And I remember this one guy who was just an angry, nasty person. And the end of his conversation was, get my black ass out of there. I think when you're 14, whatever age you are, when somebody does that to you, you know, it was just so bad, you know. But I came home and I made myself a promise that evening that I was going to become a police officer because I saw things that certainly I didn't like and anybody would like. I said, I want to make sure that those kinds of things don't happen to anybody else.
4 days of rioting, looting, and arson rocked the city of Detroit.
The 67 riot/rebellion was something that most of us never envisioned happening. The first night, I was driving home and I was in uniform. And as I pulled up off the freeway, these 2 white officers pulled me over. And I said, police, you know, we had stopped police officers countless times off duty. But these guys had their guns out. And they both trained their guns on me. And I said, police. And I was careful not to make any moves that would let them think I was going to pull my gun. And this one guy, I never forget him, he had a brush cut, silver hair. And he said, tonight you're going to die. And he used the N-word. It was like time stood still. And I could see him pulling the trigger of his gun. And as he did so, I dove back into my car, and I remember pushing the accelerator with my right hand and steering the car with my left hand, and they were shooting at me. Well, thank God they were bad shots, or I was quick. There was never an investigation. Nothing was ever done about it.
I mean, these are your colleagues that you were just working with inside. Was there anger?
I was surprised and angry, and again, I go back to what the older black officers had told me, and white officers who later became my friends. They want you to quit.
It had to push you to want to stay. You weren't going to quit, we
Well,
know that. But
there was no way.
There was no way.
I mean, I rode with officers for 8 hours and they never spoke to me. I used to be a fast runner, you know. I won the military Olympics twice. And I chased this young man into a building. Once we got inside, there were 3 guys armed with AK-47s. And I remember the lead bad guy saying, "Let him go, let him go." And I said, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna die here," you know. And I mean, that's my sense of humor, you know. Yeah. As I pulled this guy out onto the porch, I had this vision of dying, of seeing my mother there, you know, crying over her son. Excuse me. And as I pulled him out into the street, this group of people, they surrounded us. It had to be about 25, 30 people. This man said, "Let him go, let him go." And the bad guy said, "Yeah, that's right, let him go." He said, "No, let Officer Ike go. He's a good person. He's good to us, he treats us fair." And 3 guys with the AK-47, they ran off. These people in that community just reaffirmed the belief that I had in being a good person. And I said to the guys, "Why did you guys do that?" They said, "Because you are a good person. You treat us fairly. Nobody treats us this way. We can't let anything happen to you." And when I talked to officers about things that you should do to get that kind of response from people, it was so important. God, people had never seen a chief of police in the community the way that I tried to be. I think the first year and a half I worked 14 to 16 hours a day because I wanted the people to trust us.
He could have been hateful for being beat up by the police or being oppressed and put down, and probably at times he was. No one would blame him for that. But he fought against all the odds to make the world a better place, not just for himself, but for everyone around him. And when I say everyone, I mean he meant everyone. And I think that's kind of an incredible leap of human dignity and grace to be able to do that. Not all of us can do that.
There it is.
I know that man. It's got to feel gratifying knowing this is where you started, and now your name's up here forever.
Forever, yeah. Even to this day, there are young people who go and say, "Thank you for the impact you've had on my life," and that's a good feeling to have.
Detroit is like a big, small town.
We are here.
Wherever he goes, he's recognized.
You're making me feel so important.
Happy Valentine's
That is
Day,
awesome, man.
Have a great weekend.
That is awesome.
When players are inducted into the Hall of Fame, they give a speech. They usually offer some words of wisdom that lives on forever, that people go back to when they think about that person or they talk about that person. What would you tell the next generation who want to follow in your footsteps?
You have to stand up for things that are right, things that are wrong. You have to, because if you don't, who's gonna make that difference? That's why I continue to try and do the right thing.